Hey guys, Zephy here, and here's another video Ask Zephy, and I have a question here. The question is, hey Zep, I want your subs. I need some advice. I have a 40 gig PlayStation 3, that's a fact, that I have had since 2008. I saved up for Metal Gear Solid 4, unfortunately. I bought it to see the end of Solid Snake, and now that I've seen it, it feels a bit dry. I've also have Uncharted 1 and 2, but that's about it. Now, recently I was given an Xbox 360, which he had since launch. He's gotten an Elite, so my friend got an Elite, so he gave the Xbox to me. Excuse me, what else? But now it looks like, but now it's broken before the release of Splinter Cell Conviction. He keeps bugging me to sell it, and at first his points are the only games I'm looking for in the PlayStation 3 are Uncharted 3 and Metal Gear Solid Rising, and Rising is multiplat. So now I'm faced with a choice. I'm having a problem deciding if because I see my friend's points. I haven't played my PlayStation 3 in months because I'm mostly a casual gamer, as I only play Metal Gear Solid when I find the time. Most games I want now that are coming out are multi-plats, and it seems pointless. See if the wife? No, it's not my wife. Okay, it seems pointless to keep it around just for that one game. Should I sell my PlayStation 3 for an Xbox 360? It's out its warranty, so if it breaks, I'm screwed anyway. Valid point. And I can think of a lot of games that I want on the 360, but at the same time, I have this gut feeling that I'll be downgrading by selling it. Okay, now for anyone who really wants to answer, you're always free to answer. Give your your advice or your opinion on the situation. But I need to go by what you're saying. Of course, you're going to have to make the decision on your own. Now, first of all, I don't believe that you are downgrading just by going to an Xbox 360, because it's all about the experience. And the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 both have different experiences. That's one thing that I actually figured out. A lot of people like to compare them. In all honesty, they both have different experiences, so it's really hard to say that you're downgrading. But the experiences lie within the multiplats and the exclusives and the online. Online is basically the norm these days. If you play online, that is. So essentially, you would have a choice that you have to make depends on that. Now, I would definitely say that I am a fan of Uncharted. I'm a very big fan of Uncharted, and the problem is that at the same time, I'm not a fan of the controller. The PlayStation 3 controller just does not work for me, and the Xbox 360 controllers just do. Every time I bring up these controllers, I never have the PlayStation 3 controller in here. It's always in the other room, but at any rate, so let's see what else. Now, you're saying that for the most part, only thing you play really is Metal Gear Solid. And yet you can think of a whole bunch of games that you would rather play on the Xbox 360. And that's good and all, but you also have to factor in a couple of things right now. Two things. One, RROD. You have to factor that in. You have to factor that in. There's no getting around that. You have to factor that in. Number two, what you have to factor in is that E3, there is more than likely an announcement regarding the new Xbox. Is it going to be the new Xbox next generation, or is it going to be the Xbox 360 Slim? Who knows? So that's something that you also need to pay attention to. What else? And you said your Xbox 360 is broken. I recommend doing a towel trick. Once it gets working, I advise you to go to your nearest GameStop and sell the son of a bitch and be done with it. I mean, it's really nothing else you can do with it. You try to get some credit as much as possible, But all honesty, I cannot really give you an answer. I can only give you what I would do. Now, if I was in that position, I'm a casual gamer, which I am actually, for the most part. I'm not a casual gamer, but I enjoy the smaller games. I enjoy those a lot more than I enjoy the bigger games, if that's what you mean by casual gamer. But if you mean by casual gamer, like in terms of time frames, well, then I'm not, because I actually spend a lot more time. I know I told you guys I spend about 10 hours a week. I found out I spend a lot more time on gaming than that. I didn't even realize that. But in all honesty, is casual gaming your effort, then I would say, I want to say stick what you have right now, since you're only a casual gamer. It makes no sense. But at the same time, if you are indeed a casual gamer, and because of you don't play too many things on. Well, it's like this. If you really can't find anything else that you want on the PlayStation 3, by the way, not only looking at current games, but looking at future games, but you can find more games, your gaming preference is more pushed towards the PlayStation, the Xbox 360 exclusives, then yes, I would definitely say get an Xbox 360. However, like I said before, you have to factor in, the ROD, and also factor in, E3. So basically like this. If you're really going to get an Xbox 360, make sure that you wait until at least after E3. Now, I know it's hard, but at least you want to know, like, should you just wait till the end to get the new Xbox, so you ain't got to worry about the ROD, hopefully. But at the same time, also look at before you do that, take a look at what the PlayStation 3 has to offer. Now remember that the PlayStation 3 has a lot going on for it right now. It has a couple other games, yes, Uncharted 3, but you also have plenty of other games out there. The PlayStation Move and the PlayStation Navigator. That's the other thing you have. Looks like it's going to be a fantastic device. I'm really looking forward to that. So you also have to factor in if that's going to be worth it. So I know I didn't really answer your question per se, but I can only give you the answer that, I can't really give you an answer for that because honestly, you know yourself more than I know you. But from what you have here, basically what you need to do is just go over what the PlayStation 3 has to offer and what it's having in the future. If that does not meet your fancy, then yeah, I would recommend going to the PlayStation 3. Whatever makes your gaming preference happy. You have a good night. Zephy's out. And what do you guys think? Do you guys think that from what I just read about him, should he go to the Xbox 360 or should he play PlayStation 3? Now remember, no fanboy speaking here. Use the facts that I just gave you. Don't be yelling PlayStation 3 for the hell of it. Peace.